this is Lucas Palmeira from Imaginando, and I'm here to give you another tutorial on DRC. For today's tutorial, I'm going to show you how to make some sounds from the song Shooting Stars by the band Bag Riders. This song became immortalized as an internet meme, and it's quite a funny and nice song, so let's get right into it. Okay, so we got 3 sounds to make: a bass, some pads, and a lead. We're gonna start with the bass that sounds like this. Don't mind the compressors that you see here, apart from the ones that I will explain, because these ones are just here to make sidechain with the kick. So this sound is a saturator that I'm gonna turn off, a compressor, and an EQ. Okay, so now let's bring back DRC and default patch. Okay, so let's start by raising the second oscillator to 403 and pregain at 6 to 1. Okay, and now drop the cutoff filter to 158. Okay, attack for the first envelope generator, when it modulates the amplitude of the sound in time, we want 0 attack, 617 dK, 617, a sustain of 800, which is default, and a release of 176. 78 should be okay. Oops, 78 should be okay, but I'm gonna detune the second oscillator a tiny bit to 132. Yes, perfect. And now we go to the second envelope generator. This one modulates the cutoff filter in time, and it's controlled by this envelope generator to a mount. And we want 0 attack, 636 dK. Sustain of 400, which is default, and a release of 250. Okay, and we got our first sound ready, patch-wise, but then we got this equalizer, which has a cut of minus 7.31 dBs at around 240 hertz, and a high shelf of minus 5 dBs above 562 hertz. Afterwards, I got a glue compressor on a drum rock parallel room preset, just tightening up the transients and the sound of the patch, and then a 4 dB saturator. And this is our bass. Let's now go to the pads. Which has this equalizer and this delay modulator. Let's open up the DRC and default patch, and here we go. First thing I'm going to do is raise second oscillator to maximum, detune it to 120, pregain at 657. Okay. Now let's go to the VCA. This controls the amplitude of the sound, and let's raise keyboard to maximum. This means the higher the note, the higher the volume. Okay. Now to the filter, and change the filter mode from a low pass 4-pole to a low pass 2-pole. This will increase the higher frequencies that pass the filter, since it drops in frequency slower. And let's drop the cutoff filter to 744. Okay. Now for the first envelope generator, everything is default values, so 0, 500, 800, and 300. And for the second envelope generator, same thing as well, so 0 to 30, 400, and 100, all default values. So now we go to the reverb, 319 of amount. Yeah, 15 should be okay. A decay of 572. And a modulation of 303. 307 should be okay. And we got our pads, which now I'm going to open our delay modulator, turn it on. We got 283 times, 0 feedback, 260 depth, 137 rate, and full wet. Finally, we got this equalizer, which has a high pass filter at 102 Hertz. Then we got a cut of minus 4.83 dBs of 240 Hertz. Then we got this high shelf above 3.52 kilohertz of 6.07 dBs. So we got our pads ready. Finally, we go to the lead, the famous lead of the song, which is quite funny, the sound. I'm gonna turn off both these equalizers. And as you can hear, this sound sounds a little bit like an oboe, or it has that kind of duck sound, which is very nasal. And normally, when you're trying to do woods or organs or get to this kind of nasal sound, you should always try and start with a square and fiddle with a pulse width. Normally, woodwinds are usually made with square waves, and the pulse width will give you the spectral overall that you might need to get the sound thinner or fatter, depending on the position of the pulse width that you have. So, okay, let's bring back the default patch. And like I said, first thing that we're going to do is change the first oscillator to a square and change the pulse width to 834. Okay, perfect. Now pre-gain at 854. Now we want to drop the cutoff filter to 724. First, let's change it from a low pass 4-pole to a low pass 2-pole and drop it to 724. Okay. And raise the resonance to 804. Okay. 804. Now let's change go to the VCA. And on the keyboard, put it at minus everything, so minus full. And this means that the higher the note, the lower the volume. Okay, and now for the first envelope generator, we got 0, 500, 800, all default values, but a release of 57. 57, put 53. And on the second envelope generator, we want 0 attack, 0 decay, sustain at maximum, and release at maximum as well. Now for some reverb, 206 of reverb amount, 299 decay, damping of 500, and a modulation of 307. So we got our patch ready. Now we got these two equalizers. So this equalizer has, it's a cut around 2K of minus 15 dBs. It's quite a big cut. We got a small boost of 2.11 dBs at around 1.35 kilohertz. And then, no, sorry, actually, this is a high shelf above 1.35 kilohertz of 2.11 dBs. And then we got a little boost around 2.84 kilohertz of 3.32 3.10 dBs. Then we got this equalizer, which has a high-pass filter above 97.9 hertz. We got this really small, really short cut, short in frequency, around 1.18 kilohertz of minus 12.6 dBs. We got this cut around 2.70 kilohertz of minus 4.52 dBs. Then we got this boost of 5.58 dBs around 1.94 kilohertz. And another boost around 3.16 kilohertz of 4.83 dBs. This compressor, again, is just for sidechains. So bear with me while I get this ready for us to listen to. Okay, everything is ready, so let's now listen. And that was it. I just forgot to tell you one very important thing, which is on the lead patch, remember to go to performance mode and change it from poly to mono. And this is all, guys. So this was it, guys. I really hope you have enjoyed this tutorial. There were 3 sounds, but it was, especially the lead, it was nice to show you how to try and find those kind of nasal wood sounds. So I hope that you have enjoyed it. It would be nice if you gave us a like and subscribe to our channel. That means a lot to us and helps us grow. I will now say goodbye and see you on the next one.